That's
but
why
they not,
people
dude. A
people got to
lot
be more politically engaged. So I
we do.
mean
And
that.
Wait. You can't say that and then demonize LeBron for being politically engaged. You can't say that and then demonize these athletes for being politically engaged.
But I know he doesn't mean it. That's
No,
my
no,
whole
no. Fuck
argument. He
mean
doesn't
it.
mean it.
Why doesn't he mean it? You don't think he means it?
No, I don't think so.
Wh- Why? Why doesn't he mean it?
LeBron is out for himself. I mean,
Why doesn't he mean it?
because clearly everything is for a photo op. I mean, if he was to give a homeless guy $5, he want the media to know about it. He's out for himself.
Come on, come on, man.
Seriously.
Come on. You don't believe that. You don't believe that.
As
You
a
just
family
don't
man,
like LeBron.
as a
You don't
as
like the fact he went from Cleveland to Miami.
oh yeah, that actually in his first 7 years, I was a huge fan of him. But once he went to Miami, it took the easy way out. I was like, oh, fuck this dude. I mean, I can't ride with him no more. I was so happy
So,
when he
so that
lost.
that that
I
is
was so
that is your
happy.
whole basis.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like when players take the easy way out.
You and many others. You and many others. It's not
As
the easy
far
way out, man. It is the right way. So
no,
you
that's
telling me right now? You telling me right now? If Miami Center called you, it's like, yo, Rob, come down here, man. You're gonna control with the best controllers in the world, and we gonna pay you $500,000 a year. You wouldn't up and leave ZAU? You ain't gotta worry about nobody screwing you over on breaks. You ain't gotta worry about nobody screwing you over on leave requests. You ain't got nobody, what I'm saying, signing a web scheduler, what I'm saying, right on the dot that the schedule's released to put in multiple requests. You can come down here, man, do what you do, work with the best of the best. We're gonna pay you $500,000 a year in Miami. You wouldn't leave?
I mean, this whole argument is apples and oranges, man. It's not the
No,
same.
it's not. It's not. It's making your life easier. It is making your life easier.
I mean,
That move would make your life
him
easier.
him living in Cleveland was an easy life. So he did have to go to Miami.
When have you ever heard a motherfucker say, "Hey, where you going for your vacation? I'm going to Cleveland."
Oh, that's that Joakim Noah shit, man. Come on,
No, I'm
man.
just saying. No, but it's true. It's true.
No, I'm saying like throughout
You
the
don't think?
season, he's living in Cleveland. I'm sure he had houses
No,
in
no.
in, in,
I'm
in
not.
like
I'm
different
talking
cities.
organization. I'm talking organization wise.
Okay.
Cleveland is a much worse run organization than Miami, and it's been shown because they were shitty before LeBron got there. He gets there, they do great. He leaves, they're shitty. He comes back, they win a championship. He leaves, they're shitty again. Miami,
That's because the
Miami.
team is catered for the LeBron James
No, no, no,
system.
no, no,
Once
no,
he
no, no,
leaves,
no, no,
then
no, no, no,
that
no,
personnel is catered for his style of play.
no. Miami won a championship, got better, or not got better, fell off a little bit, started getting better. LeBron came, they win 2 championships.
Of
He
course,
leaves
they were supposed to win because they had 3 of the top 10 players on one team.
10. Chris Bosh not a top 10 player. Stop that. Stop that.
During that
Stop that.
time, during that
Stop
time he
that.
was.
Stop that. Stop
During
that.
that time
Chris,
he was.
stop that, man.
During
No.
that free agency
Top 20.
period.
I will give you top 20.
During that
I'll give
free
you top
agency
10.
period in 2010, he probably was a top 10 player.
I'll give you top 20. He was not a top 10. Chris Bosh, no. Chris Bosh was Kevin Love. He and Kevin Love are the same player. Like without LeBron, are either one of those players Hall of Famers?
I would say yes.
No, I don't. What did they do?
Because remember, I'm like basing all this off of T Mac going to the Hall of Fame. So if T
And
Mac
he shouldn't
can,
be.
if T Mac could get in, then those other players can likely get into the Hall of Fame.
Okay. T Mac actually won scoring titles though. What did they do?
He never got the first round.
No. But I'm saying, but he won scoring titles, so he was a scorer.
Okay.
So what did Chris Bosh and Kevin Love do stat wise that gets them into the NBA without playing with
They
LeBron James?
they were consistent 2010 guys prior to LeBron.
Kevin Love was consistent loser, never made the playoffs. Chris Bosh made one. That gets them into the Hall of Fame, you think?
Based off the statistical production, yes, it does. I mean, Vince Carter's probably Hall of Famer, and
It should be. Vince Carter.
based off of longevity, he's like going to get in.
Right, but also how he changed the game, his athleticism, his like Vince Carter's gonna get on popularity. Also,
Mm-hmm.
you know
Okay.
what I'm saying? His numbers aren't the great because he went too long, so his numbers aren't gonna look the greatest. His last 4 years, 5 years have been trash.
He just a journeyman, right? Right.
He is, but
Yeah.
his first 10, 11 years in the league, he was a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
But these
Yeah.
his last half of his career, he was trash. But that first 10, he was great. He was great. Dunk contest alone get him in the Hall of Fame. And I think he did more for the. I think he's done more for the NBA than Chris Bosh and Kevin Love.
Also, you're going to put the dunk contest into his Hall of Fame
I'm just
resume.
saying, him dunking
Then,
over the 7 foot dude in the Olympics
then, how come your boy never joined the dunk contest?
for what? Like I'm saying, he didn't have to.
All the greats did it.
No, but he didn't have to.
Kobe, Kobe won one. Michael won one. Dominique
Kobe
won
did.
one.
Kobe did. What did Kobe do? His rookie or second year? Like after that, how many dunks does he
I'm
get?
saying, how come Bron did do it in his first 3 or 4 years in the league?
He don't. He ain't have to. It's
I
an option, right? It's optional.
I think that
Like
Nike
honestly,
told him. I think Nike told him not to do it. You
but
see,
what is the benefit?
you see, LeBron, he is a $500 million slave. So whatever
Come
Nike tells him, he's going to do. I mean, hey, if you go sell out for $500 million, I
on,
mean, so be it. I
he'll
probably do it
be a
too.
billionaire before he leaves.
You said what? We'll say it again.
I said, give that man his credit. He's gonna be a billionaire before he leaves. I said, give that man his credit. He's gonna be a billionaire before he leaves the league.
Hey, more proud to him. I mean, hey, I'm definitely proud of that brother. But I
But
mean,
what
when I call it out, don't just say that I'm crazy just for calling it out, because everything I say about him is true. I mean, it's mostly opinion, but I can back up what I say though. I mean, Nike told him not to do it, and he didn't do
you can't say it's true and an opinion. Come on,
it.
you in those meetings?
You said
You
what?
don't want to. Dude, the workload. I said you can't say it's opinion and it's true at the same time.
I'm saying, I'm
The
saying that's
workload,
my
the
opinion,
workload
but
that
I can
LeBron has
back it up.
had to.
What workload? What
Okay,
what are you talking about? Workload?
that is agree. The work, dude. He's had to carry franchises. The workload he's had to carry. Why go out there? He's already got to perform on Sunday. He's already got to go to these events on Friday and Saturday. Why waste your energy, waste your time to do a dunk contest? Why? You got to do all these little promo events. You got to go shake this person's hand, go to this event, go to that event. Saturday night, you know what? I just want to sit back and relax. Why is it? Why should he? For the fans? Yeah, for the fans, it would have been great for us.
For the fans,
It would have
right?
been.
Right.
For the fans, it would have been great for us. But at the same time, did we lose anything by not saying LeBron in the dunk contest?
I mean, he could have did in his first 4 years.
He could have, but he didn't.
That's all I'm asking for. That's it. I mean,
But,
I'm
but
not
he
asking him to do it
didn't.
now.
But I'm saying, why? It's just for our entertainment at that point. It doesn't.
That's what it's all about. Entertainment, of
No,
course.
no. His goal is to win, which he's done. His goal is to win. Why go out there and try to come up with some crazy dunk to do to win a contest that honestly he's gonna win? If LeBron participates, he's gonna win just because he's LeBron.
Right. That's why he should have did it.
Why?
Actually,
It's nothing to prove there.
actually, he
Nothing to
didn't
prove
join
there.
because of
Dwight Howard,
his.
Nate Robinson has something to prove. They need a fan base. Dwight Howard, Nate Robinson needs a fan base. LeBron ain't no fucking fan base. Yes, Jordan and Dominique,
He don't got a
they
fan base no more.
participated. Larry Bird participated in the 3-point game.
He don't got a fan base no more.
He don't have a fan base no more.
No. I mean, no one watched the finals. He don't have a fan base.
Come on, man. Come on.
Hey, let me ask you this. Actually, we actually coming up on 2 hours, but okay, so let me ask you this. Okay, so if a tree was to fall in a rainforest with no one around, did it make a sound?
Yes, I've heard that before.
So does it make a sound?
If nobody heard it, no.
Okay. So basically, if the Lakers win a championship when no one's watching, did they win the championship? I think not.
No, It wasn't that nobody watched. It was that less people watched. It wasn't that nobody watched. It was that
Hey,
less people watched.
hey,
But see,
them
you're
ratings were
basing
atrocious.
they were, but it was for every sports organization during the pandemic. Like I'm sorry, dude. At one point, I was sitting there
Hey,
watching
hey,
fucking cornhole.
hey,
Like
that's not my problem. My problem is the NBA's ratings were so low because of their social justice stances.
no, I think it was so low because it was Miami versus the Lakers. If it was the Lakers versus Milwaukee, if you had the Lakers versus the Clippers in the Western Conference Finals, your ratings would have been high. Nobody wanted to see fucking LA versus Denver or LA versus Miami. It was a foregone conclusion what the outcome was going to be.
Just
So
remember,
you didn't
like this
you
this
didn't
chip
have you didn't,
was this chip was dedicated to Kobe Bryant. So you would think that the casual NBA fan would like at least want to see that, but still, no one wanted to see it.
because it was in the off time. Like it's not doing normal times.
Yeah,
It
but
wasn't doing June.
they wasn't competing with no other major powerhouse. They was competing with baseball, and they
No,
still
but
couldn't draw the crowd.
but they were competing with the pandemic, where people were out and about doing shit outside of their homes. They were like, "Hey, we're gonna be at home." It wasn't like, "Okay, now I can go home and sit back and relax and watch a game." For most Americans, it was like, "Dude, I'm in the house all fucking day. I don't want to be in the house at 7 o'clock at night. I can go sit on my patio, smoke a cigar, have a drink, or go walk around the neighborhood or do shit with my kids." So it wasn't
So
every.
did you do all that, or did you watch the game?
I watch the games because I'm a
Oh,
huge fan.
okay.
I
So
watch the games because I'm a huge fan. But how many huge, like you said, the casual, like you said, casual, which means everything has to go right for you to sit there and watch a sporting event. That is a lot of any sports programming. Your crazy fans are gonna watch, but they're a small percentage of us. Your
mm,
casual fans is what's gonna make up your basis for your Nielsen ratings and this and that. Like it's not us. It's not us, the people that was sports deprived. That was like, dude, I gotta see something. Because yes, we're gonna tune in, but we're a very small percentage of that overall viewership.
mhm.
So that's why your numbers are so low. Your casual fan is the ones that are working Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, coming home after a long day of work. Like, what's on TV? Oh, it's the finals. Or hey, you know
Mhm.
what? Let's go to a bar. They're not fucking open now. Let's go to a bar and watch these games. They're not open. People aren't gathering to watch games in droves.
So to this day, I really still don't know who won the finals. I mean, who won MVP? I mean,
You know. You knew because see you're the type of fan that had 5 teams, even though the Lakers only played 4. You were rooting for 5 teams during the playoffs. First, you were rooting for Portland, then you were rooting for Houston, then you were rooting for the Clippers. Then you was like, wait, the Clippers fucking lost to Denver. All right, now I got to root for Denver. Oh
they
shit,
never
now
root
I
for
got to
the
root for
Heat.
Miami. Now I got to root for my. You had 5 fucking teams. We only played 4.
Yes, 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 yes.
like, like yeah, that's the type of fan you were. So you know who won. You know who won the MVP. You knew who was going to win the MVP. The same person that won MVP every finals he's played in, every finals he's won. I'm sorry, not that he's played in. Even though he should have won the year that they lost to Golden State the first year, because he put up better numbers than everybody. But they
Well,
don't typically give
well,
the MVP to the losing team.
right. Because if he played like that and he still lost, then so like clearly the Cavs they, they didn't need him because they lost anyway, despite him putting up all them
They
numbers.
didn't. They needed him. What did the Cavs do when he wasn't there? Like real talk. What has Cleveland done without LeBron in the last 20 years? I'm sorry, 17.
What have they done? They
Without
drafted.
LeBron, number
They
one like
they
4 times.
they were afforded the number one pick. Yeah, several times.
Your boy Kyrie was number 1 pick. How many playoffs he make without LeBron?
How many game winning shots did he make in the NBA Finals?
Game winning shots.
Yeah.
Game he made 1,
Okay.
and LeBron had a triple double,
I mean,
and LeBron had a
Kyrie.
triple double that same game,
I think.
and a game winning block,
I think
and a game winning
Kyrie.
block.
No, it wasn't a game winning block because it was still basketball playing after that.
It was a game winning block. If he wouldn't have not have made that block, game was over.
No, it's not true. It's not true. It was
Come
like 2
on,
minutes left, I believe. So,
come
but
on, man. Give my man his credit, man. Give him
I,
his credit.
I do give him his credit. He is a great family man. He's a great
And
father. He's a great husband. He's a great actor.
okay.
He's a
Quick,
great
quick question for you.
philanthropist.
Quick question, because we haven't mentioned this man the entire time. The 91 to 93 and 94 to 96 Bulls, if they're playing in today's NBA, are they 6-0 with
Yeah,
that team?
yeah, because they got Michael Jordan.
No, you think they're 6-0?
Yes, they got Michael
You think
Jordan
they beat Golden State? You think they beat San Antonio? You think they beat Dallas? You think they beat everybody?
because they have
You
Michael
think they beat
Jordan.
the early? No, no, no. You think they beat Shaq and Kobe?
Michael beat Shaq and Penny. Michael swept Shaq and Penny.
Big Bull.
So
No, no, no. Number 45, Jordan turned it over against Shaq and Penny in '95
yeah,
and
that
cost them the
was
game.
right.
It cost them the game.
That was
But we don't talk about that
baseball.
because
That was baseball, Michael Jordan.
we only count 6 of Mike's seasons. We
That
don't
was
count his
baseball, Michael
failures.
Jordan.
And like people got on Isaiah for coming out saying what he said
Mm-hmm.
about Mike.
Isaiah just a hater.
I'm not saying he not, but like Angela Rye, what he says is backed up by facts.
Okay,
In Isaiah,
what
in
exactly
his
did he
prime,
say?
he said that he dominated Jordan in his era. He did.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah. But you got these Jordan
I'm,
players coming out saying,
I'm not mad.
I-
I'm not mad for him saying that. I mean, he actually wanted to say that on a Club Shay Shay's platform. I mean, Shannon Sharp was like down for him to say some sound bites about Michael Jordan.
yeah,
Because
he should have.
because Shannon Sharp, I mean, he just capes for LeBron all the time. I mean, you got Shannon, you got Nick Wright, you got lately
Nick
Stephen
Wright
A.
be a little
Smith.
overboard.
Oh yeah,
Nick Wright be a little overboard, man.
right.
He
Colin Cowherd.
Nick Wright is on the Skip Bayless with Tim Tebow thing right now. I can't listen to shit he said, and I'm a LeBron fan. And I'm a
Yeah.
LeBron fan. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. You
Right.
just going saying
Right.
too much now.
I mean, Michael got the highest PER ever. In the player efficiency rating. I mean, number 2 is Brian. Number 3, I believe, is I think number 3, I believe, is Jerry West.
Probably.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Giannis is up there. And like some old time players. Huh?
Giannis ain't dead shit. Giannis just lost a gym. Don't even like, and that's one thing. And that's one thing about LeBron. Okay, so after LeBron leaves, who's the face of the NBA?
Right now,
We've
Steph
had
Curry.
a face.
Steph
We've
Curry.
had a face of the NBA. I still don't think so. We've had
Steph
a
Curry.
face because Steph Curry's still competing with KD. He's going to be competing with Giannis. He's going to be competing with Kawhi. We had Jordan. Jordan went to Kobe / Shaq to LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, it was Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. Before that, you had Kareem. We are about to enter an era when LeBron leaves, where there is no clear-cut face of the NBA.
I mean, there will always be one. We just probably can't envision who it's going to be. But I mean, I think it's going to be Steph Curry.
You think it's going to be Steph?
Yeah, Steph. Mm-hmm.
I would say no.
The baby face assassin.
No, and I'm not saying Steph's not a great player, but without KD, Steph has 1 ring. Like that's my thing. Without KD, he has 1 ring.
But still, he beat LeBron to get it.
He did beat LeBron.
He beat your boy.
He did with a garbage Cleveland team. With a garbage Cleveland team. They had the better team. LeBron lost to 1 better team. No, I'm sorry. LeBron lost to 1 worse team in the NBA Finals. Mm-hmm. Jordan beat 6 teams that he should have beat. True or false?
I don't know about the 91 Lakers.
Dude, HIV Magic? He's bringing up 91 Lakers. HIV Magic? Come on, man. HIV Magic.
At the time, he didn't know that he had it.
He did, though. But, just because you don't know you have it and having it, you got it. It's Magic. The Lakers were no match for that. They lost 4-1. The Lakers were no match for that Bulls team.
I'm saying, but they beat Chicago in game 1. So, like, clearly.
And then lost 4 straight.
So, I mean, all those games were pretty close. It's not like the Bulls just like dominated like a lopsided victory, like the 2014 Spurs over the Miami Heat. Now that was lopsided.
I look at it like this: look, as great as the Bulls were in '91, Their 92 team was better, and Portland still won 2 games. So you can't tell me that Lakers team was good.
I would say that the
Phoenix
Lakers were
won two
good.
games.
No, I'm saying like
Phoenix won 2 games.
I would say that the Lakers were favorite more than likely because of Magic Johnson's championship pedigree. Because remember, Magic had 5 chips. Michael haven't won yet.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
so they had a puncher's chance and like winning a series. I mean, they won game 1 at the stadium. So like
When was the last
so
time Magic had won though? Magic had lost the last 2 years. Like Magic
um
hadn't won since '89. He
it,
lost in '90. He lost in. I'm sorry. He won '88.
he
So
was still going to the finals though. He was still
they
going to
were
the
losing.
finals.
He
So,
lost his
but
Detroit.
still, he
He
was going to the
lost
finals.
Detroit. Okay. Now I'm glad you said LeBron finals.
Right, but you have to win it
So
though. You have to win it. You have to win it still.
and he did. Look, like this is the thing, and I heard your video with him and DeLorean. It is your career more to make it to finals than and lose finals.
Well, say that again.
But that's what LeBron's. I said Reggie said it on his other video that it hurts LeBron that he made it to finals and lost than to not make it to a finals.
Right,
Like other people look
because
at if LeBron because what?
right, because as the ambassador, as the best player in the game, like people like me will like nitpick like the smallest details. By you
Mhm.
making it to the finals and not winning, I am going to nitpick that. You have to go to the finals and win. That's
If
what
this was
Michael
golf, I'd
did.
agree.
That's what Michael did. That's what Magic did. That's what Bird did. They won more finals than they lost.
Right,
So if you're going to be
but
the
they didn't
best
make it to a
player,
lot.
but if you're going to be the best player of the league, you have to win more finals than lose. I mean, can
I
he do
don't agree.
that? Can
I
he do
don't
that?
agree. This isn't golf. This isn't Tiger Woods, you know what I'm saying, winning 19 majors. Like that is an individual sport. Yes,
Okay.
LeBron lost to Dallas. He should not have lost to Dallas. That's the only team he shouldn't have lost to. The only team.
I mean, he should have won in 2014 as well. Because remember, the Spurs were a year old
Come
and they
on,
beat them the year prior. Miami should
come
have
on,
won that
man.
series.
That Spurs team. Kawhi came into his own. That's when Kawhi became Kawhi. That year before, Miami was the better team.
Kawhi,
2014.
he wasn't a offensive like juggernaut back in 2014. I mean, he was pretty much mostly defense. So he didn't have
Right,
a
but he was coming to his own. He was gaining confidence. So they
right.
had that number 4 that they didn't have the year prior. Like they had a player that could. They had a two-way player finally. Like before that,
No, Kawhi lost in 2013 with the Spurs. He
no,
was
that's
on
what I'm
that
saying.
team.
But no. I know he was on that team. I'm just saying he wasn't that Kawhi. Kawhi went into the lab and became a much better player from 2013 to 2014. He wasn't a factor in 2013. Kawhi
Okay.
was not a factor in 2013. I'm saying that he went into the lab, got better as a defensive player, got better at his jump shot, got better at his handles. What was that? I think that was his 3rd year in the league.
Okay.
Was that his 3rd or 4th year in the league? He got better. So yeah, it was a surprise. But the
Okay.
Spurs were a better team. The Spurs are actually favored in that series prior to that series because, in part, because of Kawhi's play during the regular season and during the playoffs.
Also, LeBron has an excuse to lose if he's not favored, right?
No, not
Right.
an excuse to lose.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
saying he
Okay.
hasn't.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not saying an excuse because he beat Golden State at 73-9, down three
Right.
one.
Right.
So
Right.
he
The NBA granted that stimulus package.
oh my goodness, yeah. Here we go. Here we
They got the stimulus package, man.
come on, man. So it's the NBA's fault that he won that year.
Yeah, it was so bad how like the NBA kind of handled that whole situation because I mean when Draymond got that tech in game 4, he was thrown out of the game. So there was
Mhm.
no reason for him to be suspended for game 5. He was already thrown out.
But but Draymond had up to that point done shit to get suspended. The NBA went back just like they go back and look at all flagrants and all of this and that. They say, "Yo, man, you out. You're suspended. Why? Because you keep doing shit." Draymond was a fucking idiot. That's his fault.
Okay.
That was
Right.
all on
Right.
Draymond.
Right.
Draymond knew the rules of the game before he started playing and still played it how he wanted to play.
Right.
So yes, they did what they wanted to do to him. Do I think that was because of LeBron? No, I think that's because of Draymond. Like if people keep blaming, like, hey, Draymond didn't play, that's Draymond's fault.
Right.
Like
Well.
it's like if Draymond wouldn't have done what he did, the NBA would not have had a reason to suspend him. So that is not LeBron's fault. That is Draymond's fault.
Oh yes. 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 And
And the Golden State losing 3 games is Golden State's fault. You want to
right.
blame that for game 5? Go ahead. 6 and 7 though? Come on, what happened to 6 and 7?
Game
At home.
five.
At home.
Okay. Okay. So I mean, when it comes to game sevens, it's more like pick'ems. But game five, they'd had Draymond. So yes, naturally they would lose that game. Game six, Cleveland would just protect their home court. Game seven, it was a toss up. So that's how
Cleveland
they came back
protecting
and
home
won.
court. No. Uh, no. Finals. The final series goes 2-3-2. Game was played in Golden State. Played in Cleveland. Game 5 was played in Cleveland. In game 7 were played in Golden State. Whose
Two wait.
version is
No, that
two
was
three two?
that was 2-2-1-1-1 that year.
No. Go back and look at it. It hasn't been 2-2-1-1-1 since the early 90s. It is 2-3-2. The NBA has, and I think it's the dumbest thing ever because I've always said it doesn't benefit
No,
the team.
no.
Yeah,
Wait. In 2016, right?
yeah. When they beat Golden State and came back for 3-1, it was game 6 and 7 were in Golden State.
No, it wasn't. No,
Yeah,
it
it
wasn't.
was, man.
No, it
Check it
wasn't.
out.
No, it
It's
wasn't.
2-3-2. Yeah, dude, come on. Let's
How much you want to bet?
research.
How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet? Because the the first two games, Golden State blew them out. Game three, Cleveland blew out Golden State, and then game four, Golden State somehow
Bet
won
50
towards.
bucks.
Okay, and then game five was in Golden State. Game six was in Cleveland, and then they came back into Golden State for game seven. That's how it went down.
Nah, man. It's 2-3-2. It is 2-3-2. Yes. Game. Let me see here. Let me see.
I don't know what you read.
Where am I finding this at?
Look up.
I'm looking for it. I'm trying to
Look up 2016 Finals Wikipedia. That's the easiest way.
hold on. Hold on. Finals Wikipedia.
2-2-1-1-1. That was the format.
Let me see here. Let me see here. Hold on. What game is this? Why is this game 7? Looking on the iPad. Hold on. I will sell you 50 bucks if you're right.
Because the format was changed. Let me see. When was that format changed? The format was changed. Starting in 2015.
Oh shit, you right. All right, I'll sell you 50 bucks.
You know what? Hey, I knew I was right all along. I wasn't going on a limb. I knew I was right. I knew I was right. So
I gotta sell you 50 bucks.
Hey, man, we are all good. I knew I was right. I would just let you go on a wild goose chase.
No, I bet you I'm gonna pay you. I lost a bet. I'm gonna pay you. I'm a man of my word.
Now
I came up with the amount too. I'm glad I only said 50.
Now the format was changed after the 2014 finals.
Okay.
After
that's my bad.
After the Spurs mollywopped the Heat, then they changed it back to 2-2-1-1-1 in 2015. So that's how it went down.
Man, I will sell you the 50 bucks right after we get off.
Remember, I am an NBA historian, so I know all this stuff.
Apparently, you knew how many fans is in the audience and everything, man.
I know about ratings.
Was 719.
I know about ratings. I know about agents, and that's why That's why I can't stand Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy commentating because they are horrible and
Oh, Chris
actually
Webber too.
oh yeah. I mean they just oh yeah Reggie Miller, he's another one. I
Yeah.
don't like him doing games. But specifically Mark Jackson, he is represented by Clutch Sports. And why is he calling why is he calling LeBron James games? He has no objectivity at all, none.
What do you mean? That is who represents him, his agency. That's not LeBron. That is not LeBron James' agency, man.
That
LeBron James is a player right now. He is
oh
a player.
that's the PC answer. Okay, I get
The
it.
he
I get it.
hey, but this is the okay. So you get on LeBron for having social justice issue uh opinions. Now you're getting on the man for building his empire.
Also, so basically,
Like
you okay? So you admit that it's his agency, right?
yeah, oh yeah, yes, it is. Yes, yes. Just like when
Okay.
Jay-Z was part owner of the Nets, he had Rock Nation going on. Yes. Like I
No, no,
wholeheartedly
no.
admit it.
He had
Well,
to
he had to
sell
sell his
his
state.
he had to sell his
Right.
point five stake of the Nets in
Right.
order to open up his own agency.
Right.
Right.
Right. But he was already in the process of doing that prior to him selling it.
Right.
So yes, I don't have a problem with him doing that, man. Why? Why
Now,
why should we have a
remember,
problem with him?
remember. I mean, the reason why Jay-Z had to do it because there was a conflict of interest. He can't be an owner and have his own agency. So why is LeBron, the player, have his own agency? It doesn't make any sense.
Because he not running it right now. He just sitting back now. He not running it. He might be fronting it, but he's not running it. Like he just playing right now. Is he getting players to come to him? Hell yeah. Why not?
Oh,
Why
okay.
why shouldn't he have AD? Why shouldn't he have Anthony Edwards out there that's about to be probably the top three pick in the draft coming over to Clutch Sports? Why
Mm,
shouldn't they say, hey man, come where we take care of you. Come where
I'm
we
saying
know what we can do for you.
I don't mind him having his own agency, but when I call it out, people think I'm crazy. Oh, you just hating on LeBron. I mean, he shouldn't have his own
No,
agency as an NBA player. That's all I'm saying.
but why not? Why shouldn't he? Why shouldn't he be able to make his footprint outside of the league and set himself up for after he stops playing? Why should he have to wait until after he stops playing to start something?
Because it just bad optics. It just a conflict of interest. I
You
mean,
you don't you don't think
to
major
me,
players in other you don't think major players in other sports have their agents going out getting other players? It's just the fact that LeBron's
that's the normal channels. But for him to own his own agency, that's what I got a problem with.
no, he don't own it. It's not him. It's not him.
Okay,
Just because
who owns Clutch
his
Sports?
friends, his friends, just
No,
because he got them.
Rich Paul runs it, but who owns it? Who's the
Rich
owner?
Paul right now, Rich Paul.
Oh, are you serious?
Right.
Are you serious?
Hey, that's just like your boy running the country and still owning Trump properties. What's the difference?
You keep saying my boy. Trump's not my
That's your boy.
boy.
That's your boy. That's your boy, Agent Orange. It's the same thing. Black man doing this problem. Like
No,
LeBron
no,
going out
that's.
there,
I'm not saying it just because he's a
he's
black
going out
man.
there laying the groundwork.
All right. I
No,
mean,
but
that's
I'm
fine.
saying you don't think Tom Brady has a say in NFL dealings? You don't think he has a say behind the scenes? It's just the fact that LeBron's outspoken, but you don't think he's out there. You don't think Aaron Rodgers is out there making moves behind the scenes to get players come to his agents, agency, and shit like that?
Aaron Rodgers not doing it because they want to draft Jordan Love in a draft.
Right? No, I'm not saying for Golden. I'm not saying for Green Bay. I'm just saying you don't think he's out there helping his agent's agency out by helping players come to him
I
and
don't
being a
see.
spokesman for that agent. You don't think Tom Brady's doing the
Uh,
same thing. You don't
no,
think Russ is doing the same thing.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah. You don't think they're
Um,
out there helping. Like they're really promoters for their agents.
I never really heard them come out and like advocate for their agent or their agencies per se. I mean, I actually never heard it. I mean, the only
Right,
one
but you don't
that's
think they're
out
doing
there
it
front and
behind the
center.
scenes? You don't
I
think they're doing
mean,
it behind the scenes?
I'm right. If you're gonna do it discreetly. I mean,
Well,
LeBron is
fuck
just
that.
all open about it.
Why not? Why not? Be like, yo, this we a family. Rich Paul put together that little showcase for his play. Like agents were pissed that Rich Paul had Clutch Sports clients do a showcase before the NBA draft.
You see,
Why is
like
that a bad thing?
right, because he I mean, bro trying to be like Jordan so bad. Like he trying to have his Jordan classic
Come on, man.
type of
Come
deal. I
on,
mean,
man.
he's trying to be
Come
Jordan
on,
so
man.
bad. I mean,
Come on,
he's
man.
still wearing his number. I mean,
Come,
is he still doing the powder toss too?
come on, man.
He's still doing the powder toss. I
Come
mean, I'm
on, man.
shocked he's not sticking out his
If
tongue.
if this is the thing, all right, listen. If I'm going into the software business and computer business, I'm gonna emulate or try to emulate cook right. Kobe
Mhm.
came. I hated Kobe. I hated Kobe with a passion when I was coming out of high school because hell, he was trying to be like Jordan. But you thinking like, yeah, if you don't try to be the best, why not imitate the best? Because that's them there. So
Mhm.
what is the problem with him learning from people that came before him and following their footsteps and expanding on them? Like LeBron, like Jordan just became a billionaire. LeBron will become a billionaire prior to him leaving the league.
That's with the inflation.
LeBron is
That's
setting
probably
himself
why.
up to own an agency, but whatever, whatever you want to have, you want to quantify his earnings, inflation or whatever. Why is that a bad thing? Like, why is doing better than your predecessors?
It's not a bad
Bad.
thing.
Okay.
I never said it was a bad thing. No, I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
I just call things out, but y'all say I'm the bad guy. I'm
No, no,
just
no.
calling
I'm
how I
not
see
calling.
it.
No, no, no. But what is wrong with him saying, "Yo, I saw Jordan do this
There's
when he
nothing.
was,"
It's nothing wrong with it.
and I'm going to expand on it. So, like, you want what do you want him to do? You want him to do what Allen Iverson did and waste all his money and his power? Like, you want him to do like Steve Francis, become a crackhead? Like, I don't understand what you want the man to do. Like, he's saying, "Yo, Jordan had a blueprint." Not even Jordan, but you got Magic Johnson, who went and opened up movie theaters and Starbucks and stuff like that. Shaq, who took his earnings from the NBA and did what he needed to do. You got Dave Bing, became the mayor of Detroit. Like, you got so many players that came before him of positive examples of how to expand upon your NBA career. And LeBron said, you know what? Fuck that. I'm not waiting until I'm done with the NBA to make an impact. I'm gonna do it while I'm still playing and then expand and then do this. Like, I don't really understand what's a negative in that.
Yeah, by him having his own agency, he's like literally taking players 5% salary and just calling shots out in the open like that. And
They
I just
owe it
got
to him. Even
I
if he
got
is, they owe it to him.
I got a big issue with that.
They owe it to him though. They wouldn't be getting the money they're getting without LeBron.
I mean, if he's not going to represent them, then some other agent's going to do it. So
But they're not going to get the money that they're getting without LeBron's back. Without
also,
LeBron being who he is,
is he giving them a agent fee discount or something?
why should he? They getting more money working with him and working with Rich Paul than they would on their own.
How you know that? I'm saying no players working on their own. Everyone's represented by agent for the
Not
most part.
so, yeah, for the most part, yes,
Yeah.
yes. But they're getting more. Like Rich Paul is the creme de la creme of NBA agents right now. Would you say so?
Creme de la creme. Based on that, he has the number one and number.
He,
Well,
he he's 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 a
he got the
David
biggest
Falk. He's a
fish.
David Falk.
He got
He's
the
a
biggest
David Falk.
fish.
Right. He's
Okay.
a David Falk of today.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, they're going to get more money working with him for the most part. I'm not saying everybody, but overall, he's going to be able to negotiate better deals for them than other lesser agents because of his name recognition, because of LeBron's name recognition. So yeah, I don't care if LeBron getting 10%. That 10% is probably more than they was. It's probably more of a raise than they were going to get with somebody else.
Not
So it's not.
necessarily.
It's just
Not
like our union dues. It's kind of like our union dues. It's kind of like our union dues. I
okay.
look at it as our union dues, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would we get the same pay we're getting without? No. So when our union dues, wait, what's the raise I'm getting compared to the union dues I'm paying? Hmm, I'm making out on this.
No, I'm saying
So that's how I
if
look at it.
Clutch
It's like a union dude for
if
them.
Clutch is not going to represent them, some other agent will, and they will still get the same contracts.
I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't
come on.
think so.
You can't say that.
You can't say it either. It's all our opinion. This is all opinion based. I'm just saying, when Rich Paul walk into that room and negotiate, like, yo, I'm gonna bring you X, Y, Z as well, as opposed to another agent that's like, yo, I got two players in my stable. Like he come with more weight. Like, yo, I got this guy, but yo, I'm gonna have this guy's gonna be a free agent in 2 years. He might want to come here too. So now he got more negotiating power than your Joe Blow. I got three number 8, number 9 players
the
as my
average
agents.
the average agent is not Joe Blow, just representing players in the NBA. I mean, it's a lot of big name NBA agents out there. So I
Who
mean,
are you?
it's not a whole bunch of Joe
Another one besides
Blows.
Rich Paul. Name another one besides Rich Paul.
Well, I mean, Leon Rose was out there, but he stopped being an agent in order to run the Knicks. He was
Mm-hmm.
he was that guy. Who else? Who else? Damn.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually no, I'm saying, but still, like, okay, if you okay, damn, Uncle
I can't name another
Uncle
one either. It ain't just you. I can't name
Kawhi
another one either.
Kawhi's uncle. Kawhi's uncle. Uncle
Listen, man.
Dennis. Uncle Dennis.
Hey, man. Whatever he got the Clippers to do, he only did it for Kawhi. I met Kawhi when he was in college, man.
Now is Uncle Dennis Joe Schmo or is he a power player in the NBA?
Oh, he's a power player because of Kawhi. The
Okay.
same way Lucas, the same way Porzingis' brother got some say in what Porzingis does, even
Okay.
though he's not your top 10 player, because they hold the key to a top 10 player or top 15 player. So
Okay.
that's the only reason he has sway.
Okay.
Rose is coming in with, yo, I got all these players. I got AD. You know what I'm saying? I got the top tier talent coming out of college coming to me. He's a, who else Kawhi uncle got? Who else Porzingis' brother got? They're not coming in with nobody except for that player.
Who
So
is who
after that, you're not offering me nothing.
well, I mean, like I said, you can't really say that. You can't really say that. So I mean, they could have got the same deal with Klutch or with some other agent. I mean, there's no way in telling. So there's no way.
Ask Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman tried to negotiate his own deal and he got fucked. He might not say he got
That
fucked,
that's
but
football.
when you
It's
go in
different.
there,
It's different. It's football.
but it's still a negotiation. Could Richard Sherman have gotten more if he had an agent representing him? Yes.
He could have gotten more,
Like
but
he could
those
have got more if he
fees,
had an agent representing him,
but
but he
those
didn't.
fees would have went towards the agent. I understood why he did it.
3%? You only he would have got 3% more?
I mean,
No,
I
I
don't know.
understand why he did it too. Come on, man. Come on, you go in there, don't like Ray Allen went without a representation for a while. Not saying that Ray Allen didn't get paid, but he just hired a lawyer to go over the contract and do this and do that. I'm just saying, Rich Paul goes in there and gets the most for his clients that he can get, based on the fact that he is backed by LeBron and his stable, and he
Right.
will be backed by LeBron and his stable for the next 10 to 20 years.
I mean,
Like you see they tried to fuck him over. You see they tried to fuck him over when they was like, "Yo,
as far
you
as
get
the
a college degree."
NCAA.
And he was like, "Yo, what?" Yeah,
Wait. Who tried
yes,
to fuck him over? Who tried to fuck
the
him over?
NCAA,
I
the
mean,
NCAA.
no, because it was
Other agents were pissed off.
it was right. It was a committee that came up with that rule. And do you know who was part of that committee?
I do not who.
Grant Hill was one of those committee members. He agreed to it. So you can't put it on the NCAA because Grant Hill was part of that committee.
But Grant Hill is part of that club. Grant Hill played 3 years at Duke for some
Oh,
stupid ass reason. Like, no, I'm just saying he's part of that club. Grant Hill is part of that club.
mm-hmm.
Like LeBron never went to college. He ain't have to. Grant Hill had to. So why? Why are you limiting somebody because of their college degree when they can do the same job as you for being an
They
agent?
they just
I'm not
want
a
to make
doctor. I
sure
don't.
they just want to make sure that those kids won't get preyed upon these big time
Like
agents.
they've been preying upon them.
They
They don't want another pimp coming. They don't want another pimp showing
right. They are only trying to protect the student athletes. That's all they're trying to do.
up. Who? Who was trying to protect student athletes? The
That
agents?
committee,
The agents are.
the
Come
right,
on, man.
it was the committee trying to protect those students. I get it.
What? How are they trying to protect them though? They literally. You really think the NCAA gives a damn about their student athletes?
I mean, they are a cash cow for the collegiate
Why?
sports.
Right. While they are in college, that's it. They don't give a fuck about them. They don't care about them graduating. They care about their performance. So now
Yeah.
when you get somebody in there like, yo, you don't have to go this route. We can do this. Hey, you know what? I got word they're gonna take you in the first round. Let's go. Like I I don't see the negative in giving players an opportunity to work with Rich Paul or Leon Rose, another agent that's gonna get you some pull with these teams early on. Like, why I gotta wait?
From the NCAA standpoint, because Rich Paul don't have a college degree per se. I mean, they just view him as a nigga off the street. So
They
that's
view,
why
unfortunately, they view a majority of black people as a nigga off the street.
I don't think they view Grant Hill as that though.
No, they don't. Because like I said, he went to Duke. He's Coach K's golden child. They don't. Hey, real talk. You think they view Sean Dockery the same way as Grant Hill?
Uh,
No, no.
I
And he
think
played 4 years there.
I mean,
Like,
I can't look into their intent, so there's no way of me
come
judging
on,
their
man.
intent.
They got. I'm not the same way like Jalen Rose and so all of them talked about in the Fab Five documentary on the 30 for 30. Grant Hill was the opposite of the black person that they were representing. He was the opposite of the Fab Five.
Right. Coach K goes after players that's been for the most part raised in two-parent households because they are coachable.
Oh, because LeBron's that coachable. Come on, man.
Right.
Come on.
He got several coaches fired. He tried to get Eric Spoelstra fired. Right.
Did he?
LeBron is not
That's
coachable
because Pat Riley is.
because Pat
He's not
Riley
coachable. Come on, man.
because Pat Riley is a real alpha male. He's not going to let LeBron dictate what he's going to do in
Yeah.
his organization. That's why LeBron left Miami because he wasn't like afforded the perks that he was going to get in Cleveland. That
Come
was
on,
one of the
man. He
driving
had it.
forces of him leaving.
Dude, it was easier in that instance. It was easier if LeBron would have stayed in Miami. They was gonna run a dynasty. It was
Right.
the harder choice to go back to Cleveland and try to win there.
So
It
so
really was.
so he left like a well-run organization to go back to a racist owner in Dan Gilbert, right?
He went back there for his hometown and tried to bring them a ship that they hadn't had in like 40 years in that town. And he brought it to him. And he left. Like, oh,
I
deal with
mean
yourselves, I'm doing them.
that is overplay. Oh, he had went back to Cleveland because he won their sole championship. I mean, the Bulls never won, and Michael brought them 6 chips. The Bulls never won.
Okay.
So like,
Okay.
how come Bron couldn't win them 2 or 3 or 4, not
But,
5,
this
not
is the thing.
6,
This is the
not
thing.
7?
It wasn't. But this is the thing. It wasn't just about the Cavaliers. It was about the entire Cleveland professional sports. The Bears had won in '85. You know what I'm saying? Like we had a championship 6 years before Mike won his first. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like the city of Chicago was without teams. Cleveland terrible. Like for
No, the
so
Browns
it was
the
different.
the
Browns,
Browns won a championship.
the Browns won like what 63 and
Yeah,
what like 60. That's what I said, like 40
no,
years.
no. But the narrative was that Cleveland never won. That was the narrative by the super liberal mainstream media. They
Well,
kept saying that.
you sound like it's like watching a fight when you keep saying super liberal and like the main. Um,
Hey, man, I took the red pill,
But it
man.
wasn't just
So,
them.
so I don't give a fuck about none of them, the
I
conservative or
know.
the liberals. I don't care about none of them. So I took the red pill, so I'm good.
I know. But I've never heard you say the super conservative. Never, ever,
For the most
ever.
part, from the most
I've
part,
never heard you say the conspiracy theorist media. Never heard you say that. Never. It's always super liberal or mainstream media. All right. What about the super conservative and the conspiracy theorist? Like
you, you know
where
what? You know what? Believe it or not, I am a fan of Alex Jones. He is hilarious. I watch Alex Jones. He is super funny. I mean, I don't believe half the shit he says, but he's very
exactly.
entertaining. I mean, I'm
But
a
see,
fan of Joe Rogan,
but
but
right,
he's mostly liberal though.
he is, but he's still a white male. Like I'm sorry. Like at the end of the day, liberal and white male, what are they liberal about? Like seriously, like what
They want equality.
weed? Like weed being legal? Like I don't
That's the libertarian position for the most part.
I just whenever I hear super liberal, it's always or extra liberal or mainstream media. It always is in a negative context to highlight somebody that is in favor of equality over
Right.
your hierarchy.
It's a social stance pretty much. Like,
Right.
yeah, yeah,
It's about equality though, and that's what I never
yeah.
understand. Like, what is the problem with equality? Like, anytime you hear super liberal, it's all about what these motherfuckers want. They want equality. Whoa, how's that a bad thing? It's not
Uh,
like wanting more. It's just wanting the same perks as
mhm.
everyone else. But anytime you hear super liberal or mainstream
When
media,
oh, okay. Well, when I use super liberal, I mean as far as like the super PC media.
such as like not saying grab them by the pussy, like what's the super PC?
Super PC. Let me see. Let me get an example. Okay, like for example, like like cancel culture.
Okay,
Cancel culture. I mean,
okay.
they're just a it's pretty much like one sided. I mean, mostly black men get canceled, but from the conservative side, if they don't agree with you, they would like they would let like the market dictate as far as your finances. But on the left side, they want to cancel you and like cancel your career and just let you go to hell or whatever. So I mean, it's just two different mindsets. When I
you,
talk
you
about
don't you don't think cancel culture started with the conservative side trying to cancel your equality seeking minorities? Like, that's been cancel culture. Craig Hodges, cancel culture. Chris Jackson, cancel culture. Colin Kaepernick, cancel culture. Like,
mm,
so that is coming from a conservative side, canceling from your patriots, saying, you know what, these motherfuckers ain't on board with what we think about. So therefore, they need to be canceled. So if you ask me, your cancel culture is more of a conservative leaning agenda and and an argument against somebody that's fighting for equality over what you call your liberal mainstream media
mhm.
canceling somebody that's politically correct or not politically correct.
I
More
mean,
more revolutionaries have been canceled than people who don't side with that.
I mean, Michael Vick, he went to jail over dogfighting, and you know those people love their dogs,
Mm-hmm. They
and
do.
he was still able to get an NFL job because he still had the talent to play quarterback. But my whole thing is with Kaepernick,
He had to kiss everybody's ass to do so.
who Michael
He had
Vick,
to kiss he had to kiss everybody's ass to do so.
of course he had to
Tyson
go,
Burry shot himself and served 2 years in jail.
but
Like
but
the NFL, the
but
NFL is a
but
much.
Kaepernick wasn't willing to play ball in order to get back into the league. I mean, you had
What was he
you had
supposed to
it.
do?
No, I'm saying you had his girlfriend send out that meme with like Ray Lewis and that Ravens owner, pretty much equated them to like Django and Candy. I I mean, if you're trying
Okay,
to get back into the
but
league, you can't have your woman send out, stuff like
at
that.
the same time, Greg Hardy is convicted of almost killing his girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
beating her. Actually convicted in North Carolina. But with their
Mm-hmm.
dumbass laws, when you're convicted by a judge, you have the option of going to a trial by jury. In that time frame from going being convicted of actually beating and almost killing his girlfriend, she chose not to cooperate. Therefore, he was not acquitted, but he didn't have to serve any jail time or anything. The NBA, the NFL welcomed him back with open arms.
Yeah, unfortunately for
Well,
that,
and there's pictures out there of this woman beat and almost back.
right, right. Well,
But you can't take a knee to silently protest injustice. Now, I'm
that
sorry,
that that
Joe
that goes
Mixon
to show
punched the girl at OU,
that goes to
gets
show
drafted.
that that goes to show that domestic violence. I
So
mean,
who
the NFL act like that they care about it, but as long as you got talent, you always got a roster spot. But when it comes to race, yes, of course they'll blackball you. But
no.
if you play ball, go on a apology tour, then they may get you back into the league. But Kaepernick was willing to do that.
You apologize for? What ask one thing you have to apologize for.
At least apologize for that meme
That's for.
Ray Lewis.
No. That's not why he. That's not that
I'm
is
saying
not his reason.
that was
What should
one of the reasons because Baltimore was going to sign him because Ray Lewis was working behind the scenes to trying to get them to sign him. He was.
what did Kaepernick do that he needed to apologize for? Kaepernick, not his girlfriend, not his father, not his mother. What did Colin Kaepernick do that he needed to apologize for?
I'm saying if he really wanted to get back into the league, he should have said something like, I apologize for disrespecting the flag. I mean, I didn't know that y'all were going to
He
take
didn't
it that
know.
way. I know, I
No.
know, I know that. But if he wants
So
to
why
get back
lie?
into the league,
So why lie? So
everybody
why
lies.
lie?
Man lie, women lie, everybody lies. But
Everybody does. But
yeah.
at some point, what is he apologizing for? Like that's my thing. Like I don't like I don't apologize for shit I don't think I was wrong for.
Mm-hmm.
So if I think I wronged you, yeah, I'll apologize. Like I fucked up. He didn't fuck up.
Hey,
Your feelings being fucked up is not me fucking up.
I remember that video that Bron sent out about Jews like making that Jew money, and then
Mm-hmm.
and then he had to apologize later. Now,
Mm-hmm.
what he sent out, it really wasn't offensive at all, but he had to go on a apology tour because it mentioned Jews in that lyric.
Exactly.
So
But he
so
mentioned a
so
people. He
so
mentioned a subset of people, and
LeBron
they
had to
took
play
offense to it
ball and apologize.
because he was wrong in mentioning a subset of people that they took offense to that. What did
So
Kaepernick do?
so who is the audience of the NFL? Who was the
Fuck the
core
audience.
audience? No,
No,
who
no, no,
who who
no,
was
no,
the core
no, no,
audience?
no, no,
Remember,
no.
the
Some
core audience
hypocritical white motherfuckers. Some hypocritical white
who
males.
who
That is the core audience
who is the
that needs
base?
Viagra.
Okay. All right, you
So
explained it,
typical,
but
typical white America is the base.
okay. So in order for him to get back into the league,
So who's he apologizing? What is he apologizing for?
in which he wanted to do, he wants to get back into the league. You have to play ball. You have to fall on your sword. You have to say, excuse me, fans. I apologize for kneeling to the flag. I apologize for disrespecting the military. That was not my intention. I
But
apologize
he didn't.
and huh?
He didn't. He,
And
he didn't do any of those things.
also he had on the pig
That was
socks.
dope. That was dope though.
He
I love
he
those socks.
he had the Castro t-shirt on.
Okay.
While
Why do we hate Castro?
while because he was a dictator.
Okay. And why we don't have a problem with we don't have a problem with Putin. We don't have a problem with China. We don't have a problem with Saudi Arabia. We have a problem with Castro. Not because he was a dictator, because he allowed Russia to
Mm-hmm.
put missiles on his island. Don't
Right.
say it's because he's a dictator. We don't give a fuck about dictators. We had one trying to run the country. Don't say it's because of a
Uh,
dictatorship. We don't give a fuck about dictators.
yeah,
We gave a
we
fuck
put
about
dictators
90
all around
miles.
the right.
Oh yeah. We
Yeah.
don't, so don't say it's because he's a dictator. We don't give a fuck about that. Don't say it's because of communism. We love China. We don't give a fuck. We were
Mm,
mad that he said, you know what, Russia, you can store some missiles here.
mm-hmm.
That's what we pissed off about.
Oh
The
yeah.
proximity. The
Right.
proximity. If it
Right.
had been fucking Afghanistan that was thousands and thousands of miles away, we wouldn't have given a fuck. But the fact that it was
Mm,
90 miles off the coast of Florida, that's why we said, you know, we don't fuck with Castro.
right.
That's
Right.
why we don't fuck with communism. But we fuck
Mm-hmm.
with China. You know, like so we as the American government are hypocrites on all that shit. I don't say he wore a Castro shirt. So what?
We meddle in everyone else's elections, but so-called Russia messed up 2016. Now,
I never.
the mainstream liberal media lost their shit because Agent Orange got into office and their candidate, which she was a bad candidate, she couldn't
Not
be
saying
the
she wasn't, but it's
she
showing
she
that she
she
would have been
couldn't.
better than this asshole.
I mean, you can't say that.
You think we're better off now than we were 4 years ago?
I mean, the pandemic messed up everything. So, I mean, no president would have been prepared for this pandemic. I mean, because
Okay. What?
you got people who want to do what the fuck whatever they want to do. Like prime example, just last week I was watching Clemson and Notre Dame. We're in a pandemic.
Mm-hmm. And
Notre
they
Dame
rushed
won the
Phil.
game. They rushed the field. I'm like, this is why
Yeah.
this pandemic is lingering on because irresponsible
The
people.
same thing
It,
when Biden was announced the winner and people were in the streets dancing, singing together.
right,
Same thing.
right.
But where did that guidance come from?
No,
Like Notre Dame shouldn't have fans in the stand. Like Notre Dame should
right.
not have had fans in the stand. So where does that guidance come from? It comes from the top. Why? Indiana. Where is Indiana? It's a red state. Their governor hasn't given any rules and regulations against sporting
In
events.
downtown Chicago, following
That's
George
why you
Floyd,
have
it was a
like
lot of protests. It was large crowds. So
yes,
you can't say just because it was a red state.
yes,
Here
yes,
in
but it
Chicago,
wasn't
it was
but
crowds.
it wasn't organized at a university. Right, but it wasn't organized in a NCAA stadium at Notre Dame and getting fans in the stands. You weren't organizing that. That was people organizing themselves. So it's not the same. Like people always want to say, well, people were jumping in the streets and this and that. That is individuals coming together and said, I'm gonna go to the street. That wasn't somebody saying, hey, buy these tickets,
Yeah,
come sit
but
in the crowd.
we are still in a pandemic. I mean, they also be wearing masks while they're sitting in the crowd. But I mean, I
Right.
totally get that.
But
But
what I'm saying
do
is
do
they
not
sold
storm
them
the
tickets
field.
to that.
You
They
said what?
sold tickets. They Notre Dame sold tickets to that game in order
Right,
for that to happen. Like
right.
like it's not like an individual going like me going out into my street right now and
That's
with my
what I'm
neighbors
saying.
going out.
That's a personal choice to like go to the game in the first place. Just like it's a personal choice to go downtown and like join a BLM protest or
It
or
it
or
is,
go and
but
loot.
it is. But I don't. If I don't have the option, it is less of a chance of that happening.
You know
If I
what?
don't have the option to go to this game, I don't rush the field.
This is America. We have our own free will. We have our own choices. I mean, if we could send a
Uh,
18
that's
year old,
that's
if we could send an 18-year-old with a weapon to Afghanistan and ask them to die for their country, then we could definitely ask people to practice
ask
social
them to.
distancing.
Do you think you were in the military? I wasn't. So do you think you were asked to do that, or were you told to do that?
No, no. As far as go overseas.
Yeah, in the military. I was in the military. You were. You just said you can. If we can ask an 18-year-old to go overseas,
What
carry a
what
gun, die for this country.
when I say
Once you sign
ask.
up, are you asked anymore?
Oh no. But you still got free will to like go to a recruiting station and sign up for the military. Yes, you have your free will. I mean, we don't have a draft. We haven't
You
had a
do.
draft since the
You do.
'60s. So, but all I'm saying is
Because and
because what?
no, go ahead. No, I was just gonna say because we've had more people volunteer because that is the better way out of their current situation.
Right.
Like if it would like you said, we haven't had one since the 60s. When when people didn't have to join the military to better themselves. People didn't have to. Like your minimum wage was able to get you and maintain you and your family. In the 60s and the 70s, you weren't able to do that anymore. So you had to find a way out. And if it wasn't school, you had to go to the military in order to make a way for yourself. So that's why you had more people. That's why we haven't had a draft, because you have more people volunteering for a position that will give them an opportunity to do something as opposed to trying to make it on their own. We as a country have, especially in the Black community, have frowned upon entrepreneurship. We looking at it as, hey man, it's sports, it's entertainment, it's drugs, or the military. Unfortunately, that's what our options are.
Right. And like I
So
said
now
before,
you got a motherfucker that's 5'7", sports is out. You're not that smart, so you ain't going to college. You can't fight, so you ain't selling drugs. I guess I go to the military. Like for real. Like
um,
those are the options to get out. Those are the options to get out. Unfortunately, that's what's presented to us, and it all starts with education.
so you're basically saying like there's no choice then.
No, I really don't, man. I'm not saying that there's no choice, but there is very slim opportunity coming from an impoverished area to
Hmm.
make it out of your current situation, given the current circumstances that you're in, given the education system that you're in, given what you see around you. There is very limited opportunity for you to do anything differently.
That's why it starts from home. It starts from the home.
Right, but our homes have been broken for 500 years. So now you're trying to take
It's been
these
broken
broken
for
homes.
50 years, not
Oh,
500
come on, man.
years.
500 years, man.
No,
500 years.
50. 50. That's
500.
that's all I'm giving you is 50, not
Hey,
500.
you need to multiply that by 10. It's been 500 years. We've never,
Oh
and
man,
will, unfortunately, we will never recover from the indebtedness of slavery. We won't. As a people, we can't. You can't. Like I said, man, slavery is 400 years. That's 40 years of F's. You get 400 years of A's, you're still a C average. It's just simple math. You get 400 years of F's followed by 400 years of A's, you're at a C average. And that's if you get A's. That's if you get all A's for those 400 years. So we still another 300 years away from that C.
um,
And not even 300, because the Civil Rights Act was what, 1965?
your grades reset
We're
every
50 years.
year.
But your GPA doesn't. Your GPA doesn't. So
Okay,
now I'm carrying,
it's
your
it's it's a
GPA goes from when
it,
you start.
it's a 4 year window then.
No. It ain't a 4 year window. We been no. If it was only 4 years, we'd end this shit in fucking 1523 and been building from there. We went
I
from fifteen
I get
nineteen
the
to
analogy. I get it.
1965.
I'm just
We
fucking
it's
with you.
no, I know, but I'm just saying it's been 400 and 500 years basically
Uh,
that we have been at a disadvantage. So it's gonna take triple the time of that just to get to a B. Like even if you double that time, man, halfway through you at a C at straight A's, and we ain't at straight A's right now. So we still ain't at straight A's. We getting C's and D's, some B's, some A's here and there. So instead of a 1.0, we had like a 1.6 on the GPA scale.
I mean, it goes to show that, I mean, yes, we do have to work harder than every other rate. So, I mean, we still got to work getting all A's, right?
We do, but when you have roadblocks in your way of obtaining those A's, it's a little harder. When you got an education system that's set up for you to only get C's and D's, it's harder for you to obtain that A. Yeah, some of us make it out. Like I said, some of us get our kids a better education, but then we do that with taking them away from learning about themselves. Because now these schools aren't teaching. Like when I grew up and coming through an all black school, I was taught about African history. I was taught about people that you don't hear about. I was taught about Nat Turner, Marcus Garvey. I wasn't just talking about Rosa Parks and Malcolm X and Martin
Every
Luther King.
year we was taught that every single year. The
So
the same
the
civil
same
rights
people, right?
icons every year.
We
Yeah.
never heard about Stokely Carmichael, Hugh Newton, and all of them. We heard, you know what I'm saying? That's who we heard about. But now they talk about, hey, Martin Luther King, yay. That's all they hear about. Rosa Parks sitting on the back of a bus.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. You don't hear about the foot soldiers that was there backing them up and fighting for them and doing this and doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's the price we pay for getting our kids into a better public school education. We lose that identity of ourselves if we're not teaching that shit at home. We forget about Harriet Tubman and the abolitionists. We forget about Frederick Douglass and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's you know, and it's that's the problem with our education system. is that it is not geared towards us. It is not. It's geared towards us to forget who came before us.
The real education is from the home. So
You
you
keep
can't
saying that.
rely on the schools to teach your kids. You got to
You
teach your
keep
kids at
saying that.
home as well.
Right. But when I don't when I have to rely on at home and my neighbor doesn't because their school is teaching them everything they need to know and I'm just supplementing it. Now we're
Right.
at a disadvantage because I'm not a teacher. I'm not the teacher. But these are the educators. These are the people that are giving my kids grades based on what they write and do.
Mm-hmm.
It's not up to me anymore because now they're directly impacted by their opinion of them. It's not just me. It's not. My kids are in school 7, 8 hours a day. They get home for another 3 or 4 to do homework, got activities and shit. They going home. I'm seeing them for 2. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, the schools unfortunately are a huge part of your children's success.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's why you have to know exactly what curriculum that your kids are being taught. And if you
Uh huh.
feel as though that there's something, there's gaps in which the kids are not learning, then is your job as the parent, is my job as the parent to teach my kid the appropriate knowledge so that way they could be better than like the next student. So it's still everything falls at home, everything falls with the parent. So I'm not going to put the onus solely on the teachers, solely on the
No, no, no.
schools. I'm going to put the
I'm
onus on myself as the
I'm
parent.
saying the education system. I'm not saying just on the teachers. It is the hand they're being dealt as well. It
Mm-hmm.
is from the way our education system is set up here in America, where your quality of education is dependent upon your parents' income level.
Mm-hmm.
That is the problem. Like that is the crux of major issues within our community, not just the home, but what they're getting outside the home and what they're seeing and what they're being taught. Like the fact that they're not being taught, we're not being taught personal finance at a young age. You know what I'm saying? The fact that we're not being taught, hey, you know what? College isn't everything. You can go into trade school. You can be an entrepreneur. We're taught college is the end all be all.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the major crux within our community as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just going to be, that's not going to just be taught at home, unfortunately, because you know what? The others aren't just being taught that at home. They're learning that in school from their professors, from their teachers, from their peers. We're not on a larger scale. I'm not saying all
Right.
of us aren't, because some of us are, but all of us don't have those same opportunities. And that's why I say education is the major issue facing our community
Okay, so
by far.
is our new president going to give black people some educational opportunities, you think? I mean,
I
are we
hope.
even asking for that though? I mean, I know Q asked for it, but is
Mhm.
it part of the black agenda to have better
Unfor-
educational
uh,
opportunities?
Honestly, I still don't think we have an administration that is gonna fight wholeheartedly for us, and I don't think it's possible. That's just gonna fight for the black community. But I think there's programs and things they can put into place to help. I think this, especially with Kamala going to HBCU and seeing what disadvantages they have as far as funding and stuff like that, I think it can help and move in the right direction. It can
Mm-hmm.
definitely be better than Betsy DeVos. Like I can't think of a worse Secretary of Education than her. So will we get something? I think so. Will we get what the Dr. Umars and the Cornell West want? No. That's years and years and years and years down the
We're
line.
likely
I think
we're
I think
we'll
we'll see
likely
some
get
improvement.
crumbs. We're likely get crumbs because they're gonna have the black and brown coalition. So they're gonna link us in
I think it'll be a little more
with
than crumb. I think we might get a slice. I think over the next 4 years, you'll see some improvement. And like I said, I'm hoping it's with education. That's across the board.
I hope so. I hope so
An
because
improvement in
I need a reason to be expired to vote for them next time. Because we were
and
dealt two shitty candidates this go round again, just like in 2016. I need to be
we were.
inspired to vote for them. Hopefully
I
they
I
do
whole
right.
I wholeheartedly agree. Unfortunately, I don't think anything can change within 4 years, especially if we have we're going to have a split Congress. Um, you're going to see so many roadblocks put up. Like for some reason, our country doesn't want equality. Never has, never will. They never will want everybody on the same playing field. They will never want everybody having the same quality of education and being able to get the same information. You want to keep the masses dumb.
I mean,
Because you want to go for name recognition.
as long as we have a capitalist economy, there are always going to be winners and losers. You just got to decide for yourself. Do you want to be on the winning side or the losing side? So it's all about choices. So
I don't agree. So
it's still about choices. It's
I
still about
don't think
choices.
I don't think it's all
Anybody in
about choice.
America can be whatever they want to be as long as they put the
That's a
work
lie.
into it. Oh,
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie.
that's true. It's
That's a
true.
lie. No, no, it's
It,
not. You want to know why that's a lie? You want to know why
why?
that's a lie? Because
Why?
there are thousands, maybe even millions of people sitting in jail right now for selling the same shit old white men are selling and getting paid off of it in marijuana.
Oh
Like
yeah,
that,
yeah,
it that so
yeah.
those rules don't apply to us. Those same rules don't apply to us, unfortunately, because you
Right.
got people making millions of dollars off of shit we was trying to make hundreds of dollars off of, while
Mm-hmm.
we still sitting in jail. So
Yeah.
don't say everybody has those same opportunities. They don't.
No, I'm saying right. As
Some
long
have
as long as you
opportunities.
don't have a record, yes, you can rise above and be anything you want.
That's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie.
Ah.
That's a lie.
Oh, come
That
on, man.
dude, Martha Stewart got a record. What the fuck she doing? Martha
I
Stewart
mean,
got a record.
she's worth over $100 million,
Many
and she's a
members of
white woman.
Congress, many members of Congress have records. Brett Kavanaugh was fucking accused of rape, and he's the Supreme Court justice. So
He was
everybody's had
accused,
the same
but
opportunity.
what was he convicted of it? He was accused.
Come on, man.
He was
Everybody's had the
accused.
same opportunities, man. Everybody doesn't have the
Yeah.
same opportunities. Because I'm sorry, if I'm starting at -10 and you starting at 5, both of us getting a 10, I gotta get 20 more than you just gotta get 5.
Right. Black people got to work extra
So
harder. Right. And hey,
right. So that,
and I get that. But Brandon, if you take the red pill, you will understand all this
no,
madness.
fuck the red pill. Fuck the red pill. Fuck that red pill is bullshit. Complete bullshit.
All right,
No.
man. I will just keep taking the blue pill, man, and and
No,
and, and
it
be
ain't
all
it ain't
riled
about
up
the blue
about
pill.
this.
No, I don't take any pill. I just see what's going on around me and react to it. Like
Oh,
that's all
okay.
I can do. I
Oh,
don't. No, it's not a red pill or a blue pill. It's just what's the reality of the situation that I'm in. What's the reality situation that shit around me is in. Like I'm taking the reality of it. I'm not trying to spin it or say this or that. I'm just saying this is the reality.
mm,
For
okay.
better or worse, this is the reality. And how do we fix that reality to make my reality the same as your reality, the same as their reality? Which we will
Mm,
never do in this country, unfortunately, because everybody's reality is not going to be the same because we don't want it to be the same. Like when people scream and scream and scream about, hey, you shouldn't raise minimum wage, blah, blah, blah. I paid my way through college, this and that. Yeah, you paid your way through college working 10 hours a day, a week, making 425 and was able to pay.
and college
You
wasn't
know,
expensive
like
back then too.
exactly.
Yeah.
You were able to work minimum wage and pay and have 3 of your kids go to school. Like I can't do that. I can't work minimum wage and pay for one of my kids to go to school, let alone 3. You know what I'm saying? So like your experience, like, and people always want to say that your experiences are different. Why are they different? Because of the opportunities that you are given over certain subsets.
Yeah. 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 I totally get
Like,
that. I get it. I get
like
it.
we all don't start. We all not starting at the same starting line, man. It's like we running. It's like we running 100, and I got to run 4. Like I got
Hmm.
to start way over there, and you just got to run the last straightaway. I can't fucking catch up with you. I'm going to cut across the field. I got to take
Hey,
a shortcut.
hey, just like Ice Cube said in How I Learned It, run, nigga, run. Hey, man. On that note, I'm gonna shut this down and shit. Hopefully,
For
I got to
sure,
see if my
man.
wife's still up because I think hopefully
Um,
we'll probably watch a movie or something. But
yeah, I know Michelle just texted me like, "Yo, you still on this?"
hey, man, I did not expect for us to almost do 3 hours. I
Hey
did not
man, I'm
expect
glad we
that.
did though.
Hey,
I'm
man,
glad we
hey, it
did, man.
was fun, man. Definitely got to talk about something else sometime in the future. Just got to figure out
Yeah,
what we
definitely.
disagree on, which is likely a whole bunch of stuff.
Again, man,
So,
happy Veterans Day, man.
oh,
I'm
thanks, man.
hey, thank you
Appreciate
for
it.
serving. Thank you for doing what you did, man. I saw your picture with you sitting there watching Dumb Bush. You know, you was in the first row
Yeah,
watching him, man.
yeah.
Congratulations, man. I
With
do.
with 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 my hands folded.
Yeah, looking serious as hell. You was in tune.
Right.
You were very in tune in that pic, man. I don't even know if you knew a pic was being taken, but you was like, I'm gonna look serious.
No, that
Um,
was a video that I found on YouTube and I just screenshotted it.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
what's up, man.
it took me hours to find that video, and I finally found it. Like, oh shit, okay. And then once it got to me, then I screenshotted it
Yeah,
and I just posted it. So yeah,
that's what's up, man. Well, dude, honestly, happy Veterans Day, man. Thank you for your service, man. I do honestly thank you.
cool. Thanks, appreciate that, man. Hey, man, what time you work Saturday?
I'm on swings this week.
Yeah, yeah, same here. Okay, I got a two to
Okay, yeah,
ten.
I think I'm on a 2 or 3, and then I'm on a 2 or 3 Saturday. I think I'm on twos for the rest of the week.
Okay, cool, cool. All right, man. Well, should have a good night, man. Tell the wife I said hi, and I'll see you this
Will
weekend.
do, man. You do the same.
All right,
All right,
thanks,
man.
man. All right, see ya.
I hope.